Let's give you the full grid then for the final here at the Winter Cup for the juniors as they go off onto their formation laps. It's a 12-lap race to go. Most of them are on the formation lap. I'm pleased to report that Tamino Bergmeyer, who had stopped on the grid and couldn't get the kart fired up, has just got it started. So Bergmeyer is on the move now, trying to catch everybody up as they're about to start their second formation lap. The grid then looks like this. On pole position, number 88, Axel Charpentier, alongside number 7, Mark Kimber. On row 2, it's 38, Tom Canning, and number 16, Carlos Saville-Martin. Row 3, Laszlo Toth, who made up 12 places in the pre-final. Number 42, he drives. 100 is Ruben Delsart. The Dutch driver starts 6th on the grid. On row 4, number 25, Adam Smalley, the quickest driver in qualifying on Friday. And he starts alongside number 27, Siem Liedma, who also made up good progress in the pre-final. So that's the 4th row of the grid. The 5th row of the grid, 9th and 10th, are number 36, Laurie Lepper, the Finnish driver, and Kilian Meyer from Spain, looking to get onto the podium in his home country. He is in number 26. Row number 6, we got Conor McCarthy, number 23, and Arno Malizia, number 30, the British and French drivers. Row 7, Ollie Caldwell. Watch for him. He's been excellent all weekend long, but a drama in the pre-final means he's further back than he really should be. So number 64, watch for him to come through from the 7th row. Adrian Schimpf, number 40, another Spanish driver alongside him. On row 8, 44 is Antoine Percival. And 99 is Oscar Palomo Ortiz. They are French and Spanish, respectively. Row 9, we've got Oja Jakob Matthias Jakob Oja, rather, number 20, and Andreas Muir-Marco, number 32. Row 10, it's 34 Dan Wilhelms and 37 Pepin Krejefeld. Row 11, Titus Shanghai Schmiedli and Tamino Bergmeyer, if you can catch them up. Row 12, Luca Munaretto and Alejandro Schimpf. Row 13, Phil Durr and Artsemi Kamenok. Row 14, Sebastian Essner and Ali Largim. Row 15, Matthias Lund and Jasim Ferrati. Row 16, Joe Phillips, watch for him charging through, and Pietro Wisnicki. And row 17, Georg Koss, starting dead last on the grid. So that is the way it shapes up. I'm Chris Hartley, and alongside me to talk you through the start of this race, Matt Suckling.
Thanks, Chris. Here we go then for the final time at the Winter Cup here at Valencia in Spain. The two front row men are working their way through the final corners now, ready for 12 laps of racing. Who is it going to be out on top? We'll find out very, very shortly as the race gets underway now. Down towards the first corner they stride, and it's going to be the inside run, as we said on the grid, for everybody to try and get that position away. Axel Charpentier leads into the first corner. Looks like they've all just about safely got it through stragglers towards the rear there, but Axel comes into the first couple of corners as our leader, as you'd expect. Tom Canning has stuck right with him through the 3rd and 4th corners. No contact through the chicane there, which is grand to see. So he's there in 2nd place. 3rd place then is going to be number 42, which is Laszlo Toth. And what a start from Adam Smalley. Down on row number 4, has made his way up into 4th place, but he's got big company now from behind. A little bump on the rear of the kart now as they work their way in towards turn 7. Looks like that was Mark Kimber in kart number 7, who's trying to get his way through and trying to help Adam Smalley along the way as well. But onto the back straight they go for the first of these 12 laps. Still Axel Charpentier that leads the way, but again a bump from behind there from Tom Canning. Just a gesticulation to say, work together. Let's pull away. Let's try and dominate this field over the next 11 laps, which they've completed one of. Here they come through. Axel leads. 2nd is going to be Tom Canning. Can he make a move down at turn number 1? No, he's going to try and look for it, but can't quite get the job done. So he sits in 2nd place. And then behind that in 3rd is, as we said, Laszlo Toth doing a grand job. Slight gap back now to Adam Smalley in 4th place. But watch out from behind. There's a lot of guys who want to be in that top 5.
Ruben Delsart has just made a move into turn 3, and it was a good one to take 8th place. So he slipped back a bit at the start. He's overtaken Carlos Saville-Martin, who had a bad start from 4th down to 9th place for number 16. Saville-Martin, the Spanish driver. So he's got work to do, but plenty of time in which to do it. The race leader, Axel Charpentier, has got Tom Canning shadowing his every move as they make their way through the right-hand part of turn 7 down towards turn 8. Laszlo Toth driving really well in 3rd place, and a big gap back already to Adam Smalley, who's made 3 places up and is in 4th position. Mark Kimber is 5th, Laurie Lepper is 6th, Conor McCarthy 7th, Saville-Martin, Delsarte and Malizia round out the top 10. Ollie Caldwell has stayed where he started in 11th place. Joe Phillips has made up 7 places up to 24th as they go on to the start of lap number 3. Nose to tail into turn number 1, but nobody makes a move at the head of the field. And therefore, Tom Canning biding his time. He's not under pressure from behind, so he's waiting for an opportunity. The thing is, Matt, if you get to the front of the field, unless you can pull away from them, you know that you're then going to be giving them a tow around into turn 1 next time. So there's a little bit of thinking to go on here. If almost you want to be second going on that last lap, don't you, rather than first, because you'll just drag them all along. So as long as he's not under pressure from behind, I think he'd be quite happy to stay second for a while.
Yeah, and of course, when you give that tow as well, that person behind will be trying to make a move as many times as possible. And of course, when you try and make a move, when you start to battle, more and more people tend to join the fight as well that you're in. So we'll see if that is going to occur. Still pulling the gap out though, Axel Charpentier and Tom Canning, who again gives another little bump in towards the chicane at the final corner once more, this time through. Still the same order as Charpentier and Canning. It looks like Canning is the quickest of those two men. Axel is really struggling over the last couple of races just to defend, but he's done a great job in the pre-final to do so. Across the course of the 9 laps, he held on to the lead of the race, and it's exactly what he's doing this time round as well. 2 separate groups for now. First and second is one of those, and then third down to 6th place is where we see our next one, and then everybody else pretty much is in a long train from 7th on backwards, where a move now comes because up the inside goes Conor McCarthy. I think he was passed, in fact, by Delsarte there. So Conor McCarthy passed by Delsarte, who gets through now into 7th position. And as we said, everybody else is in there. Ruben Delsarte is one of those as well, in the kind of camouflage-coloured cart, who works his way through the right-hander at the corner. And
Mark Kimber's just gone third, coming through turn 7. So Mark Kimber up to 3rd place now. Adam Smalley, not long after, followed him through to get ahead of Laszlo Toth, and the top 2 couldn't be closer as they come into the chicane and brake and turn right and left and right and get straight back on the accelerator as they go across the start-finish line, casually adjusting his carburettor and looking over his shoulder. Race leader, cool as a cucumber, and he holds on to first position into the turn at number 1. So Charpentier and Canning still first and second in that order. Kimber third, Smalley doing really well in 4th place. Laurie Lepper has got up to 5th, so he's overtaken Laszlo Toth as well. Caldwell is back up to 7th place, not that far back. If Ollie can get his head down for a lap or two, he'll very quickly be onto this train. So do not rule him out of a podium finish just yet. Savile Martin back up to 8th place, Ruben Delsarte 9th, Antoine Percival rounding out the top 10. So Conor McCarthy, I'm afraid, has slipped back a few positions in recent laps, just outside the top 10. The race leaders make their way down towards turn 9. Tom Canning controlling things. I think the one to watch, though, in the next couple of laps is going to be Ollie Caldwell. He's got to try and make a second up. If he can do it, he'll be on that lead group.
And don't forget, of course, Ollie Caldwell has come from 13th on the grid up to 7th place. That's 6 places gained. If he can do another 6 places within the second half of this race, that'll get him to the lead of this one. So let's see what Ollie can do then. The gap that time round between 6th and 7th sat at 1.1 seconds. The man who's quickest on track, though, is Savile Martin, who's just done a 56.627. So here's the next man in train, just down in 8th position. So both of those, if they can work together, may be able to catch the top 6, who continue to fight amongst themselves. Still the race being led by Axel Charpentier. 2nd place then for Tom Canning. Slight gap back to our 3rd place man, which is Mark Kimber. 4th place then for Adam Smalley, qualified on Friday as our quickest man. And then 5th and 6th, Laurie Lepper and Laszlo Toth is in there as well. It's all kind of calmed down for now. They're just biding our time, as we said, as we approach half race distance within this final for the juniors. But the gap between 2nd and 3rd looks like it is shortening as well. So on the march here is going to be the man in 3rd, Mark Kimber. Can he get the job done? He's going to get a nice tow this time, because the gap is going to be very short indeed. So he can just get his head down, which he does, across the start-finish line. Try and pick up the tow as Tom Canning does down the inside line of Axel Charpentier, and he, for the first time within the race, goes to the head of the field. Now, will he be able to pull away, or can Axel keep the pressure on him like Tom Canning has done over the last 5 or 6 laps?
And so we have a new race leader, and that lead group is being caught by Ollie Caldwell, 64, and Carlos Savile Martin, number 16. The pair of them are working together, and they've caught up by about 3/10 now, so they're only 0.8, 0.7 of a second behind, something like that. And on this lap, they're catching again, so we are shortly going to have, I reckon, 8 karts in that lead group. It's looking fantastic. But at the head of the field, it's Tom Canning that leads the way. On Twitter, Joe Turney says good luck to his KR teammates, Ollie Caldwell and Tom Canning. And Ollie Caldwell is definitely still in this mix, and plenty of time to catch them, but he's got to get through them, of course. Laurie Lepper is looking pretty menacing as well, isn't he, in that lead group, in 5th place with the bright green helmet. But here comes Axel Charpentier right onto the rear bumper of the race leader. Can't get through, but there is action behind, and it's for 4th place, and it's Laurie Lepper on Adam Smalley. That was into turn 1. So the Finnish driver is now 4th in kart number 36. The bright green helmet, number 25, the largely blue, white and red colour scheme is Adam Smalley. He's down to 5th position. There they are. That's 4th and 5th, which has just changed around at the beginning of the lap. Laszlo Toth not far behind in number 42. And there you can just see the back of the picture. Caldwell, 64, and Savile Martin, number 16, are almost with them now. As they close up together, Tom Canning and Axel Charpentier have now got the very close attentions of Mark Kimber. He suddenly has made this a three-way fight for the lead of the race as they hurtle back down towards turn 9.
Yeah, Carlos Savile Martin and Ollie Caldwell aren't teammates, but they have worked together over the last few laps to bring that gap down and down and down. They've finally found the back of Laszlo Toth here, so this is where the battle begins once more then for these two. How quickly can Ollie Caldwell get his way through as he works his way down towards turn number 1? Meantime, a possible change for the lead this time. Yep, Axel goes through, and so does Mark Kimber. So both of those go through that time. The teammates of Strawberry Racing now sit first and second, and just like that, again, you look away, and the man who was in first is now down to third position. So it all changes towards the front. It's Axel who leads, Mark who's second. Third place then is going to be that of Tom Canning, but he wants to get back to the head, doesn't he? He wants to try and find the smallest of gaps to get that kart through, but it's going to be a tough old progress to do so as they work their way down towards turn number 7, trying to keep my eyes on the back of what's happening of that group as well. No change between Ollie Caldwell, although through now comes the two behind, because Tom Cannon has been surpassed by the likes of Adam Smalley and Laurie Lepper, who get through as well. They go to 3rd and 4th places. Laurie Lepper now straight away launches onto the back of Mark Kimber. They go through the fast right-hander, but there's nothing to choose. Axel Charpentier is doing the defensive drive once again. He's slowing everybody down behind him. He's keeping this train as tightly compact as possible, and Axel Charpentier still leads somehow ahead of Mark Kimber and Laurie Lepper.
Kimber is trying to attack, but also wary of the queue of karts right behind him as going to turn number 1. You make a move, you've got to be very positive with it. No dithering allowed in this race, or you lose 4, 5, 6 places. Through they go, clouting the curbs. There was Adam Smalley in 4th place as he went through the chicane. Bit of bumping and boring starting to go on now as they try and get as close as they can to the kart in front. But a little bit of early braking from one or two, catching the others out. Kimber feels like he's being held up now by the race leader, and he's really wary of the fact that Laurie Lepper is right with him, and it's just a queue of cars forming up now. There's another 3 or 4 or 5 karts going to catch this group shortly. We're going to have half the field in the lead battle. This is tremendous stuff from the juniors. Axel Charpentier, it's a good job he's got wing mirrors on that kart, because if he looked in them, they would be full of karts swarming around him. Just get on with the business of looking forwards and going as fast as you can, and know that you've got to probably defend on the way into turn 1, but you've got to keep cool here. It would be easy to panic. Here we go again over the start-finish line. Mark Kimber in 2nd place. Can he find a way through? No is the answer, because Charpentier is just sat on the inside line, and he's not going to give him a chance, because Matt, if he moves off the line, they're all going to come through.
It's almost like a rolling start. There's 14 plus karts now all within that. It's only going to cause drama, which has happened down towards the middle of the field. One of those going out is number 68. We lose then from the action there. That's Tita Shanghai Schmidty, who's gone round.
Conor
so
McCarthy as well got caught out in that, I'm afraid.
What a shame for all of those. They're not happy, but it's all, of course, because of a backup effect from Axel Charpentier. I was just wondering if Axel's just trying to keep the tyres as clean as possible and then tried for a charge on the last couple of laps. That might have been what's happened, because now Axel has kind of brought the gap out between himself and the 2nd place man, Mark Kimber. So it could have been a good move, but very, very risky one indeed to do that, especially when everyone is so tightly bunched as they come down to the final corner, side by side for the teammates. Mark Kimber's going to be caught out here if he's not lucky. He gets through just about there. He's got onto his tail now, number 36, which is going to be the car of Laurie Lepper, and Axel Charpentier is pretty much streaming away at the head of the field now. On to the final lap they go.
Oh, that's a shame. We'd like another 16 laps of this. It's brilliant racing. Charpentier will be happy to see the checkered flag, though. Kimber has stayed 2nd. Laurie Lepper is 3rd. Adam Smalley still in 4th place. Tom Canning in 5th position. Laszlo Toth rounds out the top 6. Everybody else is with them almost as they snake their way through into turn 5 for the final time in this 12-lap race. Winter Cup title is half a lap away now from Axel Charpentier. He's got a bit of breathing space, and he's only really going to have to defend one more time around this lap, and that will be at the last corner of the chicane. Mark Kimber is going with him. There's been a pile-up further back. 1 or 2 have been caught out from the top 10, but up front, it's suddenly out of nowhere become a 2-horse race. They've just got their heads down this pair. Mark Kimber is going to have a go around the outside into the chicane for the final time. Wheel to wheel, but he runs out of road, goes down the escape road. He's got his nose in front. He'll cross the line first, but he cut the chicane. So Charpentier crosses the line 2nd. Kimber will argue he had nowhere to go, but he tried the move around the outside. It was a brave, brave move, but he couldn't get through the corner, so he went round the escape road. He crossed the line first, and we'll see what happens with the results. But on the line, Kimber crosses the line first. His Strawberry teammate Axel Charpentier second, Adam Smalley with an excellent drive to third, Tom Canning fourth, Laszlo Toff fifth, Carlos Salva Martin was sixth, Percival seventh, Dan Villelms had a good drive through, 11 places gained to get eighth, Muru in ninth, Joe Phillips had a cracking drive from 31st on the grid. He gained 21 places and he got himself in the top 10. But what a race that was. And then even when there were just two of them left at the end, Matt, we still had drama in the final chicane. Kimber's crossed the line first, but I think there'll be one or two discussions about whether he keeps that place.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of talk about who got there, but of course, was he in front by the time they got to the final corner? Yes, he was, but he was carrying probably too much speed to do so. But we'll see what the judges of fact do on that one to move the order round. But Axel Charpentier and Mark Kimber were definitely inside the top two places, but within which order, we'll find out very shortly. And coming home in third place. Great podium after a sterling weekend. Goes